everybody, this is Dr. Brandi Maynard. Most of my students call me Dr. B. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to get to know me today through this video. I call these videos my one-hit wonder because like the Ice Bucket Challenge, it is a one-shot deal. I don't go back and retape. I'm so glad you're here today. I have a background in gifted and talented education. That's what my master's degree is in, and my PhD is in leadership. But I have passion beyond that education. An experience to me is worth 1,000 words. And that is one of the passions that I have is how you can take technology, give students a rich experience in the classroom, and have them carry that on into their own lives and apply that knowledge. That experience is worth 1,000 words. Now, as a child in the 70s, a picture was worth 1,000 words, but things have definitely changed. I've been in the classroom for nearly 2 decades. I began my online education teaching in 2002, and I've been doing it ever since. Now I'm doing more of an instructional coach type of a role where I'm training teachers on effective instruction that they can use in their own classroom. When you come to a training with me, these are the tenets that I follow. These were from Bobby DePorter's book, Quantum Teaching, Orchestrating Student Success, and I studied under Bobby back in 2001 and really began to understand these 5 tenets. And every time that I put together a training or teaching, I put these tenets into it. Number one, everything speaks. Everything I do speaks to my learners. Number two, everything is on purpose. There's nothing that I do that's random. Everything that I put into my lesson plan is on purpose. Number three, you can expect experience before label. I will give you an experience before I tell you and label what the learning is. And oftentimes, you will be developing that experience. I like to take and create a grassroots effort where my students come up with the learning and then we grow from there. And then I come in and point out some distinctions when needed. We will acknowledge every effort. You will be putting forth quite a bit of effort in my training sessions, and that will be acknowledged. And if it's worth learning, it's worth celebrating. We make sure that we celebrate every effort in our training sessions. I come from a home where we have a little bit different perspective. This is just one of my children. I've got 2 little boys. One was born in 2002 and the other in 2006. And I like this picture because it really shares the 3 things that I expect from you as a learner. I expect perspective. And when I say perspective, I mean I expect you to bring your experiences, your knowledge, your wisdom from your content area and your grade level and your teaching experiences and even your learning styles into the classroom. That perspective is very valuable. Number 2, participation. I expect you to participate. I expect you to share using either the microphone or the chat room. And I expect you to work together in your small collaborative groups. And I like to call that collaborative inquiry. So questioning one another, asking those hard questions, expecting your group members to stretch their knowledge. Be the person that takes your group to the next level. And the third is, of course, perspiration. You are going to work hard in my class, and all good teachers in my experience, are the ones that are letting their students do most of the talking, most of the learning, and most of the sharing. And that's what you'll experience when you are with me in sessions. Those of you who know me know that I have all sorts of stories that I like to share because things happen to me. I don't know what it is, but I'm always coming up with kind of wacky stories that I can share with others based on my experiences. And one of those experiences is just out of the blue. I got called one day from this man, David Johnson. And he's a writer for the Lewiston Tribune. And he calls random people out of the phone book. He was flying over the United States one day and he was talking about his life as a journalist. And he said, you know what? The real stories are down there on the ground. Those are the people that have the real stories. And so every week he has a column and he will randomly choose somebody's name out of the phone book and give them a call and find out what their story is. So he called me, and I tell you, I was a little bit concerned at first because I'm like, who is this and why are they wanting to know this information about me? So I invited him to come over when my husband was there. So I was sure that I had somebody who had my back. And so David came and he was able to spend some time with me and learn a little bit about my passion for education. He wrote this story about me. One of my passions is training. I love training teachers on how to be more effective. And so he had written up this story on the fact that I'm training digital immigrants, people born before 1980, how to use educational technology in their classroom. Training is definitely a passion of mine. Technology is another passion of mine, as well as teaching and learning strategies. I know you too have your passion. You have your own story. In fact, back in 2006, Time put out a news magazine where they focused on the person of the year, and that was you. That was when social media was hitting big time. Teachers, well, not so much teachers, but people were using it more and more through Twitter and through Facebook, some of those things that came out right around that time. And my question to you is, what's your story? What is it that makes you click? What are you passionate about? And how can you bring your wisdom, your background, your passion into the classroom to change the lives of students? I want to help you do that. I'm looking forward to our time together this year. Thank you so much for the perspective that you're going to give, the fact that you're going to participate, and the perspiration that you're going to share along with me as we go through our time together. Thank you so much. Again, I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.